left India on September 25th, 1968. It's kind of a big, ordeal. Like, everyone came to drop him off at the airport. And he left, and he said he had $28 in his pocket.
Out of the 9 brothers and sisters that he had, they had to go with the person they felt was ready for this, and that was my dad. Everything he did since he landed in this country was for our family.
Since the beginning, I liked Govind very much. Govind was very warm, sincere, fun-loving, and mostly always smiling.
Our father's story means everything to us because, just to think about what he's accomplished in his time here and what he's set up for us is pretty remarkable. His first stop when he got to the U.S. was Philadelphia, where he stayed with one of his friends, Arun Maheshwari. And he stayed with him one night, and then he left for Johnson City, Tennessee. His boss there, thought he was a great worker, but he was like, oh, you don't have work authorization. You need that as a foreign student. And, my dad didn't know anything about that. So then, unfortunately, he couldn't work there any longer. So he went and talked to, Mr. Jagatia, his friend. And his friend was like, well, in Atlanta, I heard they don't even ask for, work authorization. And the school down there is really easy and you can get good grades. And so my dad didn't end up staying in Johnson City, Tennessee very long because, he needed a job where he could make money.
I noticed from the very beginning that Govind was very focused, enterprising, and risk-taking person.
That drive and work ethic that our parents had when they came here, it's unbelievable, right? And I don't think you can match that now because those circumstances are so different.
As soon as he got to Atlanta, he got a job as a busboy, and he said he needed a white shirt and a bow tie for this job as a busboy. The white shirt was $2 and the bow tie was $1.50. He ended up purchasing those and began his job as a busboy, and then he had to look for a place to live. And he started knocking on random people's doors kind of near the university to see if anyone had space for him. When there was a few days where he didn't even know where he was going to spend the night that night, I can't imagine that feeling because we've never had to experience anything like that. And just to, feel like you came all the way here and worried about failure and just, I just can't imagine how scared he must have been at times. One of the doors of the houses he was knocking on was a priest, and he said my father could stay with him. And my dad would listen to Indian bhajans, which are kind of prayer songs in India, and he would listen to those every evening, and the priest really enjoyed sitting with my dad and also listening to those prayer songs as well. I know my dad has really fond memories of his time and, was really thankful to the priest and his wife for helping him at such a difficult time. And he stayed there for about a year until he graduated from Atlanta University. And then that's when he got his first teaching job, and he got his first teaching job in Greensboro. That was a really defining point in his life because that's when he felt like he wasn't struggling anymore. He had a regular steady income coming in.
It was in 1974 when my parents were looking out for a match for me. My nephew suggested that he knew somebody would be an ideal match for me, and then our families were introduced. Also, we liked each other, so that's how we met, got introduced, and then were engaged to be married in December of 1974.
But after he got married to my mom, he ended up getting a different professor job in Lima, Ohio. They were there for 3 or 4 years, and Pratik was born then in 1978. So I think it was shortly after Pratik was born. He always had this ambition to get into business. He said he had looked at almost like 200 different properties, and finally they settled upon this property called the Derrick Motel.
It was a tough first 6 months, but we did well, and it was never looking back from then on.
Govind is living an American dream and has proven that you can achieve great success if you work hard and have a grand vision and dreams.
After I was born around like 1981, I think he started thinking, what's a good place for the family? I think he said he drove about 3,500 miles in 3 or 4 days and went to look at tons of properties down 95. And he found one in Selma, North Carolina. It was a Best Western. That's when my mom, had left for India for 3 or 4 months when my dad kind of settled down in North Carolina, bought the house, and set up a life for us.
So then after that, Pratik and Nisha and my children, they got to know each other, and they did all sorts of crazy things in college together in UNC Chapel Hill. And of course, we got to be really good friends. We developed, and like Madhu and Kuki are also best friends.
Dad loved to travel. We got to see some amazing places growing up as kids, and we got to bond with our father by doing that too. It was just another way for us to interact with him. And growing up, Dad would always call macaroni maraconi. He would always call Monopoly Monopoly.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of little things like that. We're playing these games, and he's
Yeah.
always ruining every name. Can't call pizza but pizza. So just plenty of little things. I remember those
Yeah.
little things. Growing up. I think those small nuances about him also are what to me make him the character he is too.
Mm-hmm.
Those funny quirks that people just that's our dad.
Yeah.
So that's our lovable characteristic of his.
Mm-hmm. My father's a very generous person. He's always told me I should help people and not expect anything in return. Just help people, just to help people. And so I try to think about that and do that. And I'm still, learning from him. And lately I've just, as he tells me these sound pieces of advice, I kind of will try to write them down, because I'm I want to remember these and, try to instill these same values and, in my kids as well.
He is a very generous human being. I think he looks at life and sees that as big as the pie is, there's a slice for everybody. He can be serious, but then at times I've seen him, when my own daughter had trouble drinking milk, he would dance in front of her to distract her as Mother Mom would feed her milk. He does whatever he can to make the people around him laugh, and he takes the stress upon himself to save others from stress. And we hope as a family that we can show you the same generosity and love that you've shown us.
I'm glad you encouraged us to come to America, and it has been very nice and pleasant for both of us, and you opened the new doors and opportunities for us and our family.
Look at this remarkable journey from small town India to small town America. 50 years back, someone comes here with tutti-frutti English, not much idea about the culture, but big dreams and lot of hopes. And from there to where he is now, this has been such a remarkable journey. It's really worth celebrating. Congratulations, Mamaji.
Well, my friend Govind Congratulations on your 50 years as a citizen of America. Govind, you're a wonderful man. You've added to this state. We appreciate you. We wish you the best, and I appreciate your friendship.
From the bottom of my heart, congratulate Govind for celebrating his 50 years of very rich life and good experiences in America. And we look forward to spending many more years together as friends in North Raleigh. Life is beautiful, life is good, and all the best to Govind.
We've always enjoyed looking up to you as a great dad, husband, and a businessman. So it's time for you to retire, travel, and have fun.
Dad, first of all, I want to start off by saying I love you very much. You represent what a patriarch means to our family. When all is said and done, I hope I can be half the man that you are, accomplish a minutia of the things that you've accomplished in your 50 years here in America, and I'm very proud to call you my father. And I look forward to spending the time we have together doing fun stuff, relaxing and traveling and just enjoying life with you.